Welcome to WealthQuest's short video series on emergency funds. Life is full of surprises. While some bring joy and excitement, others can strain your finances, leaving you scrambling to cover unexpected expenses like medical bills, car repairs, or even a sudden job loss. An emergency fund is a critical financial tool that provides a safety net to navigate these uncertainties without derailing your financial goals. In this comprehensive guide, we'll explore the importance of an emergency fund, how much you should aim to save, where to keep it, and practical strategies for building your fund. By the end, you'll understand why an emergency fund is a cornerstone of financial security. An emergency fund is not just a luxury, it's a necessity. Here's why having one is essential. First, it helps avoid debt. Without an emergency fund, unexpected expenses often lead to reliance on credit cards, personal loans, or payday lenders. These options come with high interest rates and can quickly snowball into long-term debt. For example, imagine your car breaks down and the repair bill is $1,500. If you don't have savings, you might charge it to a credit card with a 20% interest rate. If you only make minimum payments, you could end up paying much more than the original cost over time. An emergency fund allows you to handle these expenses immediately, avoiding interest and keeping your finances on track. 2. It provides financial security. An emergency fund provides peace of mind. Knowing you have a financial cushion can reduce stress during uncertain times, allowing you to focus on finding solutions rather than worrying about how to pay for them. For example, a sudden layoff can be devastating without savings to cover your bills while you search for a new job. An emergency fund bridges the gap, ensuring you can maintain your standard of living temporarily. And lastly, it provides protection for financial goals. Emergencies often force people to dip into funds earmarked for long-term goals like buying a home, saving for retirement, or investing. Having an emergency fund prevents this, keeping your financial plans on track. The amount you need in an emergency fund depends on your lifestyle, financial obligations, and income stability. Here's a guide to help you determine your target. Start small. For beginners, $1,000 is a realistic and achievable starting point. This amount covers many common emergencies like minor car repairs or unexpected medical bills, and provides immediate financial relief. Once you've established a $1,000 buffer, aim to save 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. This level of savings can sustain you during significant disruptions, such as job loss or a major health issue. Let's calculate your target. List your essential monthly expenses: rent, mortgage, utilities, groceries, insurance, transportation, and minimum debt payments. Multiply this total by 3 to 6 months to determine your savings goal. For example, if your essential expenses are $3,000 per month, your target emergency fund would be $9,000 to $18,000 depending on your goal. And for irregular incomes, higher savings are needed. Freelancers, gig workers, and those with variable incomes should aim for 6 to 12 months of expenses. This larger cushion accounts for the unpredictability of income streams and ensures you can cover expenses during slow periods. The location of your emergency fund is just as important as the amount. It should be accessible, safe, and ideally earn some interest. A high-yield savings account is the ideal place for an emergency fund. It combines safety with modest growth through interest. These accounts are easily accessible while keeping your money separate from daily spending accounts. The key benefits are liquidity. Funds can be accessed quickly when needed. Growth earns more interest than a traditional savings account. And safety, deposits are insured by the FDIC or equivalent in your country. Avoid investing your emergency funds. While investing can yield higher returns, the volatility of markets makes it unsuitable for emergency funds. You risk losing money right when you need it most. For example, if you invest your emergency fund in stocks and the market drops 20%, your savings lose value just as an emergency arises. This defeats the purpose of having a financial safety net. You should also consider accessibility. Your emergency fund should be accessible within a few business days. Avoid accounts with withdrawal penalties or long waiting periods. Building an emergency fund requires discipline and a clear strategy. Here are actionable steps to get started. Redirect windfalls. Whenever you receive extra money, such as a bonus, tax refund, or gift, direct a portion or all of it to your emergency fund. For example, if you receive a $2,000 tax refund, allocate $1,500 to your emergency fund while using the remaining $500 for discretionary spending. Automate savings. Set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your emergency fund. Automating this process ensures consistency and removes the temptation to skip contributions. For example, schedule a $100 transfer every payday to your high-yield savings account. Over a year, this adds up to $2,600 without requiring manual effort. Save incrementally. If saving a large amount feels overwhelming, break it into smaller, manageable goals. Focus on reaching your first $500, then $1,000, and so on. Try to cut non-essential expenses. Identify areas where you can temporarily reduce spending to accelerate your savings. For example, cook meals at home instead of dining out. Cancel unused subscriptions. Shop for generic brands to save on groceries. Lastly, make it a priority. Treat your emergency fund like a non-negotiable expense. Include it in your budget alongside rent and utilities. To successfully establish your emergency fund, follow this step-by-step plan. 1. Set a target amount. Determine how much you need based on your monthly expenses and lifestyle. For most people, starting with $1,000 and gradually building to 3 to 6 months' worth of expenses is a good strategy. 2. Automate contributions. Schedule automatic transfers to your emergency fund each payday. Even small amounts, like $25 or $50, add up over time. 3. Avoid temptation. Keep your emergency fund separate from your daily spending account. This reduces the likelihood of dipping into it for non-emergencies. 4. Replenish after use. If you use your emergency fund, make it a priority to rebuild it as soon as possible. Return to consistent saving until your target is restored. 5. Celebrate milestones. Reaching savings milestones is an achievement worth celebrating. Reward yourself responsibly to stay motivated. The long-term benefits of an emergency fund cannot be understated. Reduce stress. Knowing you're prepared for life's surprises provides peace of mind. Financial independence eliminates reliance on credit cards or loans during emergencies. Goal protection preserves funds earmarked for other goals like retirement or education. And lastly, improved decision-making. With a safety net, you can make thoughtful choices instead of reactive ones during crises. An emergency fund is a foundational element of personal finance. It shields you from the financial strain of unexpected expenses, provides peace of mind, and ensures you stay on track toward your goals. Whether you're just starting with a $1,000 buffer or working toward a fully funded 6-month reserve, the effort you put into building an emergency fund will pay off when you need it most. Start small, stay consistent, and prioritize your financial security. Remember, the best time to start saving was yesterday. The second best time is today. Take the first step and give your future self the gift of financial stability. And thanks for watching WealthQuest's short video learning series on emergency funds. Download the app today to learn more about the principles of financial literacy.